supervillain Dr. Doom, also known as Dr. Victor Von Doom, makes appearances in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The character was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and it debuted in Fantastic Four #5. In his comic book appearances, Dr. Doom is portrayed as the ruler of Latveria, whose mission is to conquer the entire world and establish order for humanity. He is the archenemy of Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four, but he has also faced off against other Marvel Universe superheroes like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, the X-Men, and the Avengers. Doom, who is typically depicted as a villain, has occasionally shown himself to be an anti-hero. Cooperating with heroes only when it is advantageous for both parties, equivalent portions Victor Von Doom, the self-styled Dr. Doom, is a megalomaniac and super genius who ruled Latveria, an Eastern European nation, with despotism. The son of a witch named Cynthia, who perished after striking a bargain with the demon Mephisto, Victor was born in a Romani camp. Victor spent his life perfecting his magical and scientific abilities, vowing retribution. When Doom was younger, Reed Richards, who would go on to become Mr. Fantastic and lead the Fantastic Four, was his college adversary. A humiliated Doom traveled the globe after being maimed by a device intended to communicate with his deceased mother until he was adopted by a group of Tibetan monks, who worked with him to manufacture an iron mask to cover his face and a set of armor. Victor, now going by the name Dr. Doom, went back to his native country and used his lifetime of expertise to become the new emperor. Even while Doom wants to improve humanity and establish order, he plans to use an iron fist to execute this goal on his own. Because of their shared past and Victor's personal grudge against Mr. Fantastic, whom he holds responsible for the incident that cost him his face, the Fantastic Four continue to be Dr. Doom's greatest adversaries. The man is ruthless and arrogant. Victor has supporters in the form of Victorious, his personal champion, and his adopted son Christophe Bernard. Doom has stolen power from entities like the Scarlet Witch, the Beyonder, and the Silver Surfer on multiple occasions. In his greatest triumph, he took the omnipotence of the Beyonders and reshaped the remains of the destroyed multiverse into Battleworld, holding supreme power as God Emperor until his ultimate downfall and the restoration of all there was by the hand of Mr. Fantastic. Outside of Hosenstadt, Latveria, in a Romani camp, Victor Von Doom was born. In an ill-fated deal with Mephisto, his mother Cynthia was killed. A frigid winter's night saw Werner Von Doom flee with a young Victor when a noblewoman died, despite his father's best efforts to tend to her. Sadly, Victor's father did not make it through the cold. To save his mother, whose demise he attributed to Mephisto, Doom endeavored to broaden his understanding in both science and magic. Valeria was the woman Victor fell in love with when he was younger, but she turned him down. Victor was given a scholarship offer from the State University of Hegeman, New York. It was there that he first got to know Ben Grimm and Reed Richards. As their hate for one another grew, Reed Richards changed Victor's last name on a trophy to Duff, pulling the first practical joke he had ever done. Doom and Richards were equals in intelligence. Faculty members were astounded by the Tuesday and night debates about esoteric theories, drawing comparisons between their intelligence and that of Leonardo da Vinci and Albert Einstein. Doom became fixated on creating a device that could project a person's astral form into another dimension while Richards was building his spacecraft. He saw this as a means of releasing his mother's soul from Mephisto's control. Reed had found a mistake in Doom's computations, but Doom disregarded Reed's warnings with a haughty air. Probably because they didn't get along. Doom's face was left scarred when the machine blew. He was quickly banished for carrying out immoral research. He blamed Reed Richards for his face's devastation ever since. Doom, humiliated and resentful, toured the globe. He eventually found a tiny town of monks in Tibet, who helped him make a suit of armor. He went back to Latveria, his native kingdom, to depose the ruler and acclaim himself as king. He then started to use the resources of his nation to achieve his goals of dominating the entire world. Doom's machinations frequently brought him into confrontation with the Fantastic Four and other superheroes. Doom captured Sue Storm as a captive before confronting the Fantastic Four. In order to obtain the enigmatic stones of Merlin, Doom compelled the other team members to use his time platform to go back in time. Afterwards, he tricked Namor into joining forces with him to demolish the squad. He was shrunk to subatomic size during the team-up, landing him in the Subatomica universe, where he used his scientific background to seize power and start harassing the Fantastic Four with shrink rays. With Ant-Man's help, the Fantastic Four beat him once more, using the Terrible Trio. A bunch of thugs who had been endowed with powers by Doom was his next attempt to take down the Fantastic Four. He was sent into space by a solar wave at the conclusion of this expedition. Later, Doom learned that he was one of his ancestors when Ramatut discovered him floating in space. They concluded that Ramatut would return to the future after sending Doom back to Earth because they thought they might be the same person. Doom fought the Fantastic Four once more when he returned to Earth. This time, they hypnotized him into thinking he had annihilated the group, which allowed them to vanquish him. The stage magician from Latveria who had come to Doom's castle to entertain him eventually broke the hypnotic spell. Upon discovering he had been duped, a vengeful Doom set out to get revenge on the Fantastic Four, who had, coincidentally, lost their abilities. By traveling to America. Even though the Four lacked abilities, Daredevil helped fight Doom once more. His next exploit was organizing a horde of supervillains from around the globe to disrupt Sue Storm and Reed Richards' wedding. Doom became one of the most powerful creatures on Earth after battling and defeating the Silver Surfer, taking both the Surfer's abilities and surfboard. He was able to ultimately vanquish the Fantastic Four because to his newly acquired abilities. That's when he started going berserk and wreaking havoc on the planet. Following yet another encounter with the Fantastic Four, Doom was deceived into propelling himself into the shield that Galactus erected over Earth, and the Surfer's abilities and surfboard were reverted to their original owners.